What's good, Call of Duty fans? How are we doing? My name is Franz, and welcome to Two-Man Tuesday. Guys, that's right. Every single Tuesday, we're going to be going over these two-man props on PrizePicks, so make sure you check it out. The board usually does drop here on Tuesdays for matches coming up either Thursday or Friday, so that is why we're going to do these two-man props, these two-man plays, every single Tuesday for you guys so that you aren't missing out on those two-man locks. A lot of people in the comments were saying that the six-man is a little daunting. It is a bit stressful to be willing to put money down and expect a return back because you do need a lot of players to hit. However, that is going to stay the main premise of our YouTube channel or of the videos on the weekend because that six-man 25 times is the main goal of this channel. I know everyone wants to hit one of those 25 times because it just has such a huge payout, and who doesn't love a huge payout, right? That's right, guys. Every single Tuesday, you can expect these two-man. Maybe we'll throw a three-man prop in here. And then on the weekends, obviously right before the matches happen, the night before the matches happen, we throw in that six-man prop of what I really think is going to happen that day and give some good in-depth analysis. Jumping into the board today, guys, I haven't looked at it at all. This is my live reaction to the board, my live take. We're going to go over some analysis, obviously, but just bear with me here as it is live reaction time to this board. Let's check it out here, kind of analyze what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing a Clayster 21.5, looks decent. The first thing I was really seeing, though, was this SIB at 23.5. Map 1 kills hardpoint. I think we might take a more here on SIB, either in this map 1 kills or the map 1 to 3 kills. I'm not too sure yet. This is my thought, like literally this is my thought process right now, what we're thinking. Should we go map 1? Should we go map 1 to 3? Let's dive into some stats here, back that up with some stats. Surge did go back to back this weekend. They played one day and then right ahead played the next day, and SIB was that guy. Unfortunately, they beat FaZe so bad that he couldn't be that guy to a T, but in this first hardpoint, he's dropping 31 kills, the highest AR performer on this team, his counterpart in accuracy, only dropping 18, and then he keeps it up with 7 in the S&D, and then only 8 here in the control, but it was mainly because Pred kind of stole all the kills, and they just 3-0 swept Atlanta. It was an insane series, and these guys play again. Seattle and Atlanta do play in their upcoming match here in the first round of the tournament. So I am going to look for something very similar within this line or within this prop here. I was thinking SIB in this map 1 kills, and I think that is a very, very good option. He has really ramped up his play these final couple matches of this stage. And this Toronto match here, kind of see what the numbers we're looking at. I mean, 79 for SIB. He is the bottom of the team here. This was a series where accuracy more was popping off, but you do see in these opening hard points, this guy usually is dropping numbers. 31 here in this hard point. He's got 10 in the S&D, and then he kind of tapers off towards the end of the series. So what we're starting to notice with SIB here is he is kind of that X factor for them, especially in that AR role. Earlier in the hard points, that first respawn he seems to do very, very well in, so I think I'm going to go over on the map 1 kills, especially if they get the respawn they want to that first map. I do expect SIB to play very, very well here, as he is kind of that main slayer to this team outside of Pred, of course. We're going to pair that with what I'm thinking here is we're also going to go with the Atlanta team. However, we take Slasher here and we take him on the under in map 1 to 3 kills. Slasher this past stage has been abysmal in hardpoint and in control. His respawn numbers have been not looking very good. I did think he tweeted that he was sick or something that might have sort of a factor to play on it. However, Slasher just in general, he hasn't been playing that well in those respawns. And last stage, I did take a lot of unders for him as well. I believe I did run this in a past entry as well, and it ended up working out for me. I think there was only one series where it did not end up working out for me, unfortunately, but I think it was 4 out of 5 of his series this stage. He did end up hitting the under. I did take this one a lot, guys, because we did notice he was underperforming in that stage or in the stage in respawn. So we're just going to go a simple $20 here. You guys are happy to throw more, go ahead. No risk there. It's just a two-man prop here, just a simple two-man lock. I'm going to place entry here at a nice clean $20. Drop more if you want, man. I really do think this one will hit. It is a classic against Atlanta and Seattle, and it usually goes the distance in these maps. However, I'm expecting Civ to be the outbreak player for the Seattle team, or the outbreak AR, and then Slasher kind of to be put in the dirt against Civ. Obviously, these two are playing each other, so if Civ's winning a lot of his gunfights, that means Slasher's probably losing a lot of his gunfights. So that's kind of the in-depth, deep analysis for this two-man prop here. We're going to place the entry at $20. Feel free to put more, feel free to put less. Whatever you want to do is fine. I really think this one will end up hitting. I hope it's a lock here. Like if you're tailing this one, and let's jump into our next play. So do we really want to take Octane here at this 50.5 mark on the map 1 to 3 kills? Guys, this is my live take, and I'm going to go with no, because they are playing Minnesota, and Minnesota is abysmal. Sadly, it's true. I mean, these guys have not figured out anything in all three of these game modes. They're getting crushed in everything. The only 2 wins they had this stage were against 2 teams that both went 0-5 this stage, being Florida and LAG. So really not a good showing for Minnesota. The only reason they're in the winner's bracket starting out this stage is because they beat those 2 lackluster teams. So yeah, we're going to take Fame here. We took him last week. We're going to take him again here on the under in map 1 to 3 kills. I honestly don't expect him to have that hardpoint performance that he did against LA in that first match. And then obviously he kind of tanked it in that control, so we did end up hitting the under last weekend. I'm going to risk it here this weekend. I really don't like this player on this team. He is an SMG player. He was playing in Challengers as an SMG player, and then he came up to the main league and he started playing an AR role, placing one of the most amazing players in Attach. If you guys don't know Attach, he is unfortunately on the bench right now, but he was playing for this Rocker team when they subbed him out. I think it was honestly one of the dumbest moves of probably the season, and I think it's going to bite him here. I think Fame goes under. I think Minnesota bails out of the tournament top 12. They lose to LA, and then they lose to whoever they play next. So I do not have any belief in Minnesota. That's why I'm going to go the under here for Fame. Is going to be a 3-0. And what do we think here? We think Envoy on the more in map 1 kills. We think he's going to have a pop-off series. This first series, he's back on LAN. Envoy loves the LAN environment, and that's why I do think he's going to hit this over on map 1 kills. I think this is the exact prop, guys, we took in a past entry this last weekend. Oh yeah, don't ignore this, guys. I tried to see a Twitter homie about a CSGO pick, and he kind of choked for me. So ignore that, guys. We don't like seeing that much red. Never. But yeah, if we go down here, we did have Fame and Envoy in this exact pick here in this 6-pick entry on Sunday. I think we're going to run something very, very similar here, exactly similar to what we did run this last weekend, with Envoy on the over in map 1 kills and Fame on the under in map 1 to 3 kills. I love Envoy at this line at 23.5. And I really do think he performs here on LAN, especially in this first hard point. I do think one of these SMGs is going to pop off. So you can take Kenny at 38 here, and then there will be like a 12 here on certain maps. So you really just don't know with Kenny. That's why I'm going to take Envoy here on the over, because I do believe he is that more consistent player for this team, as he did drop that over at 25, even though Kenny was taking most of the kills. So I'm going to go 23.5 over for Envoy, and that will be the 2-man, and we're going to make it a 3-man here with one more play, guys. I do like throwing in a couple of these 3-mans, and I know you guys like it too. TJ here at 7 now. They're not giving us the 6.5 line for TJ. I guess we abused it too much, guys. Look at that. That 6.5 line was all last weekend, and now it's at the 7. That is very unfortunate to see. We don't love that, because TJ might only hit 6 a day or something. Or if he does only hit 7, that also cancels out as a do not play. So don't love when it's just like a even number like this at 7. Where to go? Yeah, the even numbers like this at 7, they could just exactly hit 7, and then you're kind of screwed. So I don't think I'm going to go with TJ here. However, ooh, Pred at 7.5 already. That's tough. I wanted to take Pred here at 7.5, and I think honestly we still are going to. Pred hit 8 in their last S&D against Atlanta, and then I think he hit, or against LA Gorillas, and then I think he hit 13 here against Atlanta in this S&D. Let's see it. Yeah, there's the 13 for Pred. So this guy is just a huge catalyst for them in S&D. And if you heard his a recent interview with him and I believe Scump and Methods on their show The Breakdown, kind of goes through this this talk about how they've been really practicing. They've been practicing their S&D game mode a lot more often than other game modes, and this has been a game mode that's been very weak for the Seattle team. So I do expect Pred to pop off here in this S&D game mode. It's either going to be Pred or probably a BZ. So good luck there. I am going to take Pred because he has been the #1 KD this stage. And I do think he's just performing in every single map he plays. I don't think he's had an off map. Maybe there's been a couple controls or a hard point here and there that he is a little bit slower on. But for the most part, Pred has been hitting this number of 8 kills in the map too. So we're going to take Pred here on the Moor in S&D. I'm not going to... Should I make it a 4-man, guys? Or should we just keep it at a 3? You know what? I'm going to give you guys the 4-man because you can just rock it as a 3 if you want. I will tell you these top 3 plays are going to be the most confident ones for this prop. And then this third one here, we're going to just kind of throw something at it. I say we go Huke here on the map 3 and we take the Moor. Let me just check over some stats here. I don't want to jump the gun on Huke here and have it not work out. Maybe Shotzzy is the better performer in these S&Ds, or I mean, sorry about that, in these control game modes. This one, Huke and Shotzzy, respectively, both dropping numbers here in a control against Boston, both of them popping off. So really, guys, either single one of these players is going to be your X factor for these control matches because they are just such a insane duo to go against. This SMG duo is one of the scariest in the league right now. So either Huke or Shotzzy is probably a good bet to bet on. Let me check out this LA Thieves match. Who kind of overperformed, who underperformed in this Texas match? Everyone kind of around even. Shotzzy was the best on their team. However, his line is the largest for Optic in the PrizePicks board. So maybe not go for Shotzzy there. Let's check out Optic in New York. Shotzzy with 80 here. The control, I mean, there's Huke again. Huke with 26 in that control when they win at 3-1. I think I'm going to go with Huke, guys. Huke has been the X factor for this team. If you guys do want to just take 2 from this, I would take the top 2 in Fame and Envoy, as I do believe this is going to be a very consistent lock here coming up. I did run this last weekend, and I do think it'll hit this weekend. And then Pred and Huke here are just kind of 2 random picks here that I was feeling out. I just love Pred and S&D right now. The guy's playing insane. And then Huke, obviously, in that control. He's also the X factor for this team, so that's why we went that. All right, guys, we're going to place this entry. I'm actually going to just use all 40 of my dollars here. Why not? We're just going to go the flex play, though, so we are banking on that one of these might miss. I might get unlucky here on maybe a Huke or maybe an Envoy. He maybe has a slow map 1. So we are just going to go to 3 out of 4. So we do end up only banking 5 times if we are correct. But if we only get 3 correct, we will get that 1.5 times and just get a cheeky $60 back. This is a 4-man and a 2-man for the weekend. Let's place this entry right here. And that is locked in. Now let's go to my entries here so you can just see both of them in just one full screen. Here they are, a 4-man and a 2-man. You could split this up into 3 2-mans also if you wanted to. I would stick with Fame and Envoy in that same 2-man, and then Pred and Huke be that third one for you. Just whatever you want to do, guys. I am just going to do a 4 and a 2 here, but this can be a 2-2-2 if you want it. All right, guys, thank you so much for staying till the end of the video if you did. I really appreciate all the support on the Twitter, the TikTok, the YouTube, and the Twitch. Guys, if you're wanting to give back and you are winning some money on these props, my Cash App is in the bio. So if you guys are enjoying these props and you are enjoying the free cash, would really appreciate a little bit back. So, I mean, you don't have to. I'm not forcing anyone to Cash App me. Don't get that through your head. But if you guys are wanting to, if you are feeling the love a little bit, or you're just enjoying this community that we're building, I would love a cheeky Cash App if you did end up winning, say, like $1,000 or something last weekend. That would be dope. Thank you so much for staying to the end of the video, though, guys. I really appreciate all the support, all the comments, all the discussions we're having on these Discords and the Twitter comments. I'm really enjoying getting to know some of you guys, and I love that some of you guys are getting involved in some of these props and that some people are getting involved in the COD League that haven't seen it before. I absolutely love that, as I am trying to grow the COD League as much as I am trying to grow my own channel, because I do love COD, and without COD, I couldn't do any of this. So thank you so much for staying. I really appreciate all the support, and I will see you guys on the next prop. Like if you're tailing, and sub so you never miss another prop. Peace, homies.